typography isn't just about picking a font, it's the foundation of what makes a design work. And if you don't truly understand how to utilize it, your designs will always fall flat and won't have the impact that you want it to have. This is part 3 of my free graphic design course here on YouTube, so if you haven't watched part 1 or part 2, I recommend checking those out before we dive into this one. So what is typography exactly? It's the art of arranging text so that it's legible and visually appealing. But if you want to get official, the Oxford Dictionary defines it as the art and process of designing typeset material, including the choice of fonts, legibility, lettering, kerning, layout, and the use of white space. Now, why is typography important? Typography isn't just about making text look nice. It enhances branding, helps set the tone, and really influences emotion, which impacts how people feel about a message. Now, good typography can strengthen branding and identity, create emotional connection, make information easier to digest, and adds visual appeal and readability. It's the perfect blend of functionality, communication, branding, and aesthetics. Now, there are 4 main design principles that get affected in typography. And those are hierarchy, which helps guide the viewer's attention. So headlines should always be the main focus. The subheading should be the secondary focus, with the body text being the smallest and least priority. And you can really control the hierarchy using contrast. The second design principle is contrast, which helps create visual interest by playing with the text size, line weight, font style, and positioning. The third design principle is alignment, which helps ensure consistency and legibility across text elements. And lastly, spacing, which controls readability and organization. And there are really 3 types of spacing in typography. And that is tracking, which adjusts the horizontal spacing across groups of letters for better tone and readability. Lettering, which controls vertical spacing between lines of text, and kerning, which adjusts spacing between 2 individual letters to fix awkward gaps. When used correctly, these principles help text flow naturally and make reading effortless. Next is where to find fonts. Now, finding fonts can be a very time-consuming process, but don't worry, I got you. I created a free PDF where I linked 20 typography websites where you can download and find fonts from, which is going to be linked in the description. Again, it's a free PDF. I put it together, and I also included the common typography mistakes that people make and how to avoid those in that PDF. You can download that PDF for free with the link in the description, but that's going to help save you a ton of time. There are 2 main ways to source fonts. They're usually either going to be free or paid. With free fonts, they're great because they're free, and especially in this economy, free is nice. But free often means that it's very common and overly used, which is where paid comes in. Now, if you want to pay for a font, it's usually going to be a one-time fee or a subscription fee based on where you buy your font from, but paid fonts are a lot less common and usually have a very unique look that you don't find much of. But before you use any font, be sure to check the font licensing, which leads us to understanding font licensing. So when you go to download any font, it's going to show you information about the usage of that font. It's either going to say that it's free for personal use or that commercial use is allowed. If it says free for personal use, that means you can only use it for personal work, such as student work or personal work for yourself. And that means that you can't use it for any client work or anything that you can make money off of. Now, if it says that commercial use is allowed, that means that you can use that font for client work, merchandise, or anything that generates money. So when you download a font, always check the font licensing to avoid any legal issues. Next are the main font styles. Now, choosing the right font for your design project is going to be crucial in its success. There are really 8 main font styles, with each one having its own personality and function. And those are serif, which is a very traditional, classic, and professional font. This is often used in books, newspapers, and luxury branding. Sans serif, which is a very clean, modern, and highly readable font, especially on screens. Script, which is handwritten or calligraphy-inspired. Display, which are bold and decorative, made for grabbing attention. Monospace, which is fixed width letters, perfect for coding and technical type of designs. Handwritten, which is perfect for natural looking, personal, and casual look. Decorative/ornamental, which are unique, highly versatile fonts for special themes and logos. And lastly is black letter, which give old school medieval vibes used in historical or Gothic designs. Different font file types and when to use them. When downloading fonts, there are really 3 main font file types that you'll see. TTF, which stands for True Type File. This is best used for print and screen designs. It's the simplest file type and it's compatible almost everywhere. It offers clear legibility on screens. Next is OTF, or Open File Type. This is an enhanced version of TTF that supports advanced features like glyphs, ligatures, and multiple languages. This is best used for print, web, and design software. File sizes can be larger, which may slow down websites or increase your project sizes, but this is usually my go-to because of its high versatility and quality. And lastly is WOFF, which stands for Web Open Font Format. This is specifically designed for web use to optimize website performance, leading to faster load times. And that about wraps up this video about the basics of typography. I hope it was helpful, and don't forget to grab your free typography PDF that I have linked in the video description that has 20 website resources for typography and finding fonts with the links embedded in it. So all you have to do is just click it and you'll get sent straight to that website. And I also include a common typography mistakes and how to avoid those in that PDF, so be sure to grab yours. But the next video in the series is going to be color theory for designers, so I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Peace.